What's up, YouTube? DJ Kryptonite here. Listen, first before I get started on this, take care of yourselves. I know this coronavirus is a big deal for many people, especially the elderly and the very young, and the people with compromised immune systems and respiratory systems. So please take care of yourself. Do what it takes to keep yourself safe and healthy, and all of those things. Other than that, again, what's running through the news now is this whole Tyson Fury thing, and I'm going to stop posting on it because I'm getting pushback on people thinking I'm racist or I have some sort of bias against bias or something. In fact, I have a video about steroid users and that sort of thing, and you can look at my look at some of my videos, and I have a video on steroid use, and I'm very I just think cheating in general is just a bad way to go within sports. I just believe in a level playing field, and in this particular case with Tyson Fury, I'm not I'm not one to sit here and try to crucify this guy because of I guess one incident where he could possibly use steroids, and that just makes him a cheater. Just because you got allegedly used steroids once, now you're just a cheater in general. Just a blanket statement, you're just a cheater. I'm not making that statement. All I'm suggesting is that in Tyson Fury's case, first you get popped with the steroid issue, okay, and now it comes out that you may have paid some farmer to state that it was tainted meat, and that just rides along the lines of what Canelo Alvarez presented to the testing commissions, where he said he had some tainted meat in Mexico, and that prompted his sample to show signs of an illegal substance or something to that effect. And Tyson Fury, used the same sort of, I guess I won't call it an excuse or reason. I would call it a reason. It was a reason for him testing positive for steroids, and I get that, and that could be possible. I will never negate. I'm going to try to take the guy's word for it up front. It's kind of, maybe it's kind of a little far-fetched. However, if that's your excuse, and you kind of clean and I guess drama free at that point, I'm good with it. We don't have to revisit that. But now that you come up with the glove thing and that sort of thing, all of a sudden now we have to question your integrity in the sport. And I'm big on integrity in the sport. Corruption just tears sports apart. It just tears the competitive side of sports apart. Meaning, if you got corrupt referees, you got corrupt promoters, you got corrupt participants, then sports is no longer sports. It's just it's corruption. And it's hard to follow that. I'm a boxing fan by nature, and I don't really care about race, and I keep getting thrown, the race card keeps getting thrown to me like I'm some sort of black supremacist, or I have a problem because Tyson Fury is white. And no, I don't. I call a spade a spade. I don't really care about race. That really plays no part. I was critical of Barry Bonds. I was critical. In fact, I was critical of Alex Rodriguez because I just don't understand how Alex Rodriguez is some sort of representative of Major League Baseball. He's all over the place, and he was popped for steroids twice, and he's essentially forgiven for cheating for years, and he made money off of it, millions upon millions, hundreds of millions of dollars off of being having a competitive advantage because of substance abuse. So I don't really care about race. Race plays no part in anything. Sugar Shane Mosley, allegedly used steroids. I used to be a big fan of his. No longer. I can't support him as one of the best lightweights of all time. Why would I consider him one of the best lightweights of all time? Because he was using steroids at the time. Roy Jones, I believe at some point he was using steroids. He was part of the era with Balco and all of those things, but he never came up positive or anything. But he was in that era, and he was a specimen, always in tip-top shape, always. James Toney popped positive for steroids at some point. I'm critical of James Toney. I think he was one of the best technicians in the game. I can't call him one of the greats because he tested positive for steroids. He had a competitive advantage. Don't get caught or don't. Evander Holyfield, another guy. I was a big fan, huge fan. One of the biggest hearts in the game in boxing. Biggest hearts. Overachiever. But come to find out he was a part of the steroid scandal as well. I can't support him as being one of the top 10 heavyweights of all time, but people still rank him in that manner. You can't. He was a steroid user. Allegedly. We'll say allegedly. But again, the way his body was built, how he actually kept coming in 12 rounds of boxing, never really got tired. His physique was immaculate. So all of the things point to him being a freak of nature, so to speak. But, you know, Evans Field was his alleged name given to Balco, or I can't remember what steroid provider he had. But and the police called his house, and Evans Field was the alias, and Evander answered the phone. But listen, Tyson Fury seems to be somebody that we have to look at a little closer. Not to say he's a cheater, but he has a history of it. Meaning with the glove, with the steroid use. I just don't think he's a straight up and down clean athlete. So if that's the case, then we all should put him under scrutiny, regardless of his nationality, his race, his creed, gender. I don't care. I don't really care what he is. All I know is all things are pointing to the fact that he could be a cheater. And I have a problem with that. So anyway, I just wanted to post this video just to clear the air a little bit. Again, you know what? Comment, like, hate, subscribe, all of those things. But I just hate when people, I guess you're questioning my bias and stating that I'm some sort of black supremacist or something to that effect. Not the case. I'm critical of everybody. I was critical of Barry Bonds. He was a phenomenal athlete before he started taking steroids. Did he have to take part in that? No, he didn't. He was a Hall of Famer before he started using steroids. But he started using steroids, then he becomes some sort of freak of nature. However, he did save baseball. Because Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, a couple years before Barry Bonds started generating these ridiculously cartoonish numbers, they started the craze, and then Barry Bonds jumped in and finished it. And because Barry jumped in and created a mockery out of the steroid use, because he was already a great player. Anyway, I digress. Like I said, I don't have a problem with folks being critical of my opinion, but please don't call me a racist or a black supremacist or something to that effect. That's far from the truth. Anyway, again, stay safe. Make sure you wash your hands, sanitize, all of those things. And we'll be talking again. So let's get it. Hate, like, subscribe. DJ Kryptonite out. Deuces.